Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the True Alien Podcast. We are your daily dose of the strange, the unexplained, and the downright bizarre.
Right.
We're talking aliens, abductions, UFOs, paranormal encounters, Bigfoot.
All the good stuff.
Basically anything
Right.
that makes you go, you know. And I'm your host, Adrian Smith.
And I'm Julia Jones.
And Julia is our resident expert for our Paranormal Probe segment.
That's right.
So, Julia, are you ready to probe into another mystery with me today?
Adrian, my skepticism dial is set to cautious, but my mind is wide open. Let's do it.
All right, fantastic. Well, today on Paranormal Probe, we are headed to Harmonyville.
Harmonyville. Sounds peaceful.
Yeah, you'd think so, right? But trust me, this town was anything but harmonious.
Okay. I'm intrigued already at what happened in Harmonyville.
Well, it all started with a series of pranks. Pretty harmless at first.
It's like what? Ding Dong Ditch?
Oh, no. We're talking school lunches replaced with rubber chickens, lockers filled with beach sand, the water tower decorated with a generous amount of toilet paper.
The classic sounds like some mischievous teenagers were having a bit of fun.
That's what everyone thought at first, but things took a turn for the weird.
Okay, how weird are we talking?
Well, the traffic lights started changing colors. Randomly. Imagine trying to navigate that during rush hour.
Oh, wow. That's not just a prank anymore. That's dangerous.
Exactly. And then people started reporting fluctuating gravity in certain parts of town. 1 minute you'd feel normal, the next you'd feel lighter or even heavier.
Whoa, fluctuating gravity. Now that is strange and definitely not something your average prankster could pull off.
Right. And then, to top it all off, anachronistic graffiti started appearing on historical landmarks in Harmonyville. Symbols and phrases that just didn't belong to that time period.
Anachronistic graffiti. That's bizarre. It's like someone was messing with time itself.
And that's where our story gets even more interesting, because at this point we have to introduce our mystery-solving trio, 11-year-old twins, Leo and Luna.
11-year-old twins. Okay, this is getting good.
And their grandfather, Professor Quentin Thistlethwaite, a retired physicist with a penchant for the outlandish.
I am loving this already. I bet they had some cool gadgets.
Oh, you bet. Professor Thistlethwaite had built all sorts of contraptions in his workshop, including these homemade gravity sensors.
Of course he did.
And when these sensors started going haywire during the gravity fluctuations, well, Professor Thistlethwaite had a theory.
Let me guess, aliens.
Close. He declared temporal anomalies, time pranksters, he said.
Time pranksters. That's a new one. I like it.
Leo was skeptical, of course, but Luna, she was all in.
Yeah, I bet she was already picturing spaceships and time machines.
And so, with Grandpa Quentin leading the charge, armed with his gadgets and theories and fueled by Luna's enthusiasm, they set out to investigate these strange happenings.
So what did they find? Did they actually uncover these time pranksters?
Well, they started noticing things that other people had missed. Brief flickers of energy distortions in the air, glimpses of shimmering figures.
Shimmering figures. Sounds spooky.
It was definitely weird. And as they pieced together the clues, they realized that these pranks weren't random. They were almost orchestrated, like someone was putting on a show.
A show? For who?
Well, for the residents of Harmonyville, of course, they were the audience in this bizarre cosmic comedy.
So these time pranksters were just messing with them for fun.
That's what it seemed like. And then came the incident that really sealed the deal. The pigeons.
Pigeons. What did they do? Attack people.
Oh, nothing that aggressive.
Ugh.
These pigeons were just hanging out, minding their own business, but they were all wearing tiny sombreros.
Sombreros.
Yeah.
On pigeons. Okay, now that is hilarious.
Right. And it was while trying to figure out the mystery of the sombrero pigeons that they finally came face to face with the time pranksters.
Oh, wow. So they were real. What did they look like?
They were humanoid in shape, but shimmery, almost translucent, like they weren't fully there, and their eyes, they twinkled with mischief.
Sounds more playful than threatening.
That's the impression they got. And get this, they didn't communicate with words. They communicated telepathically through bursts of laughter and mental images.
Mental images? Like what?
Like a highlight reel of all their best pranks.
Yeah.
They were basically showing off their work.
Oh, man, they were proud of themselves, weren't they?
It seemed that way. And through this unique form of communication, they explained that they were from the future, where time travel was as common as taking a bus.
Time travel. Wow, that's amazing. So what were they doing in Harmonyville?
Well, it turns out present-day Earth was their favorite vacation spot.
A vacation spot. So they were just tourists.
Time-traveling tourists, and they found humans incredibly amusing. Our reactions to their pranks were their entertainment.
I guess we are kind of funny when you think about it.
Leo was still a bit annoyed, but Luna was completely fascinated by their technology. She wanted to know everything about time travel and how it worked.
Well, yeah, I bet she did. That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to learn about time travel from the experts.
And Grandpa Quentin, well, he was thrilled that his time prankster theory had been proven right. He launched into a telepathic discussion about time travel paradoxes and the possibilities of alternate timelines.
So what happened next? Did they let these time tourists keep pranking them?
Well, Leo Luna and Grandpa Quentin realized that while these time pranksters weren't malicious, their antics were getting out of hand. It was time to teach them a lesson.
How do you even prank a time traveler?
That's where Grandpa Quentin's ingenuity came in. They used his gadgets and their knowledge of temporal mechanics to turn the tables on the pranksters.
Oh, this I gotta hear.
They replaced their advanced time travel devices with rubber chickens.
No way.
Yep, they made their invisibility cloaks malfunction, and they even trapped them in a time loop where they had to relive some of their own less successful pranks.
That is brilliant. They gave them a taste of their own medicine.
And you know what? The time pranksters, they actually seemed to appreciate it. They were impressed by the humans' ingenuity and adaptability.
So they learned their lesson.
They did. They agreed to stop pranking Harmonyville and find a new playground for their temporal shenanigans.
So Harmonyville was safe once again from the threat of time-traveling pranksters.
Safe, yes, but definitely not the same after their encounter with these visitors from the future. Leo Luna and Grandpa Quentin became the unofficial guardians of their town, always on the lookout for any signs of temporal anomalies.
That's a pretty cool legacy. They became the time-traveling prankster patrol.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
So there you have it, the strange tale of Harmonyville, a town that became a vacation spot for time-traveling pranksters and the unlikely heroes who outsmarted them.
It's incredible to think that something so bizarre could happen in a place called Harmonyville, of all places.
It just goes to show you that the universe is full of surprises, and sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.
Absolutely makes you wonder what other weird and wonderful things are out there just waiting to be discovered.
That is a great question for all of you listening out there. What if some of the strange or unexplained things that happen in our lives aren't just random occurrences, but the work of these time-traveling pranksters having a bit of fun at our expense?
Maybe they're the reason you can never find your keys.
Food for thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got to wrap up this episode of Paranormal Probe, but as always, we want to thank you for listening and encourage you to keep those minds open and remember,
Stay curious.
and if you see any pigeons wearing sombreros, well, you know who to call.
Ghostbusters.
All right, everyone, until next time, keep searching for the truth out there, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the True Alien Podcast.
Bye, everyone.